Hello and welcome back to Organic Cardboard. I've got PecktecGames over at the house today.
Hello.
And we are all ready to play, if you can't already guess it by the poster in the background, the brand new poster I just got. Oh, it's a green screen. As Fool's Blade. Oh, hidden handle. I wonder why. We're playing with a new setup that I've got going on over here. So I've kind of been doing a lot of studio work, and we've got the green screens that we're playing with today. So Fool's Blade, if you're not familiar with Fool's Blade, this is a goofy kind of take on an adventuring, questing, gaining loot, gaining notoriety kind of game. Sort of RPG-ish a little bit. But what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a fancy blade that you're going to put on the table. So,
or you think it's fancy, but you're a fool, so we're not sure.
Yeah, it could be a fool's blade. We're going to be piecing together these little 4-part weapons. We can fight with any piece of it. But the more you get together, obviously, the stronger you're going to get. They've got, some of them have elemental effects. Some of the monsters have elemental ability, whatever, like damage that they do. And basically, we're just trying to kind of play our luck on these cards that are going to be on the board here. So over on the top over here, we've got all the cards laid out. The way a round is going to play out is every round we're going to end up picking up a tavern card, which may be something good for us, maybe something bad for the other person, or something that's just situational to hang on to for later. And then we have to choose a destination to go to. So we can either go to the forge and try to look for pieces to add to our goofy weapon that we're going to be making. We can go questing, which might give you special gear that might add to your damage or other defenses and things. Or we can go after the monsters, which is kind of like the goal of the game, more or less. Because each of these monsters, when you defeat them, they're going to have a loot value with them. And then they may give you something else that's nice too. If you lose against them, they're going to usually take something away from you, hurt you in one way or another. And then oftentimes, I think most all of them, at least the majority of them, especially as you get in the higher difficulty levels here, are going to give you loot cards. And so the monsters themselves kind of count as loot, but then there's a deck of loot cards here where if you go through the entire deck, that's the end of the game. That's kind of the timer. As soon as that's empty, then we're done, and we don't do anything else. But yeah, and so it's a little bit of a race to get points, and then we'll just kind of keep going back and forth, taking a tavern card, picking a location, adding to our weapons, trying to break each other's weapons, doing whatever we can. There's curses you can pick up that are nasty effects as well. Now, Sean and I have already gotten set up. So during the setup, what we did is we chose a class to use. And, well, I'll go with Sean's first, because Sean got to pick first, because he's going to go second. So here, let me flip this over again. Whoops. So he took the blacksmith, and the blacksmith has a special ability that when you visit the forge, you're going to reveal 5 anvil cards instead of 3. Normally, when you visit the forge, you will draw 3 cards off of the deck, and then you'll pick one. The other person gets to see what the other 2 that went back. They go back on the top of the deck, and then when Sean does it, he's going to draw 5. And so he gets to kind of like look through that, look through and see what's going on there. And possibly put together a better weapon because of it. I took the Cursed Painter, and by the way, there are a ton of these classes. There's a deck here that it's probably like as big as, at least as big as one of the monster decks of classes to pick from, so it can take a minute. But I took the Cursed Painter, and the Cursed Painter is saying that I can like change the elemental type of a monster, which might really save me when I go and I've got like a weapon that's really geared. It's kind of a Pokemon style fire, leaf, and water triangle thing going on. And if I go against somebody that's the element that's not going to work for me, he will allow me to change that element, but only if I discard 2 tavern cards. So I got to give a little something for that. But he looked pretty fun to play with. So one thing I did not mention to Sean too that I'll go ahead and mention about these forges is once we start hitting those, especially since your character utilizes this quite a bit, is you can reforge items by discarding like pieces that you have and changing them out to gain extra pieces out from the selection as well.
Is there a cost when you dig through there?
There are no costs. You're not paying for anything. We are poor, simple adventurers that are out to defeat the monsters, and that is the price we pay, is the damage they do to us.
That's why some of the components are made out of like hot dogs and sausages.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw there's a lobster one, but we'll get there. So,
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna make sure that we go through this turn order here as well, because there is in fact, I'll just put it over here where we can see it a little better. There is a turn order that is, you're not gonna be able to see this probably at all on the camera anyways, but when we go to the tavern, you draw that tavern card, and then it's only at that moment after going to the tavern and deciding if you're going to use the tavern card that you will assemble your weapon. So if you've got multiple pieces in hand or whatever, at that point you can put them down, but if you pick them up from going to the forge, you can't assemble your weapon before going questing that turn.
It's got to be in that section of the turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, I think we're all ready to begin here. Let's pop it back over to the main one. So, so I'm actually going to go first.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a tavern card, and we'll see what it does. In fact, if Sean doesn't look, I can pop it up on the screen, and we can see. This is what I drew. I'm reading it as... Okay. All right, so I can just hang on to that. And then I have a very meager little weapon over here, and it's the photorealistic sword. And so it basically says during combat I can discard 1 card to gain +2 strength for that combat. And this will add together as we go, and we get other pieces, and I might find ones that work together with that. So I want to build that up. So I'm going to go over here and see what we got in the forge. So in doing this, I'm going to put down 3 cards. We've got the spaghetti dinner blade.
Spaghetti, that's the one I was thinking.
We've got the pommel. It's a mimic blade pommel. And then there is a spaghetti dinner guard. So now we can already see there's 2 pieces out here that could potentially help. So I kind of like the idea of just taking the one that's got the most strength right now, because this blade has got, you can't see the green because it fades out, but it's got 1 fire elemental damage and 1 leaf damage. That equals 3 base damage if you're going against something that's not elemental. And then it also has a set bonus there too. So anytime a player would steal from you, instead you give them a card of your choice from your hand and draw 2 cards of the same type. So it helps to protect me from stealing. And then that will just pop in right over. I'm going to kind of lay it on top, floating on top of my handle. I could just pop it on my handle, but it takes away some of the information that I want to be able to see here. So that's where I am at the moment. And then it's going to go over to Sean.
So then I take a tavern card.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, and if I don't want to do it, I just like save it for later.
Yep, and you've got a hand limit, I believe that is 7.
7.
I believe. I might double check that in a moment. And then now you can choose from what's all up here. Either go into the forge using your ability, you can quest, or you could go after a monster with your 1 damage handle.
So questing won't necessarily get me killed or anything, right?
It could give you a curse.
Oh.
You may get cursed.
Well, maybe I'll go for a blade. Do I do 5 more besides the ones that are showing
Oh,
here?
I forgot to put those back. Yeah,
Okay.
these go back on top, so we know that there is another spaghetti piece, and we know that there's a mimic blade piece.
Oh, they
there
do
as
go
well.
back on top.
They go back on the top.
Okay.
So you get to draw those two again, which is a little redundant, but I could have left them out. But for game teaching purposes, we'll go with this.
And with my special ability, I get 2 more of these. So I got a pommel, a guard, a handle, which I already have. Runic would be ideal to make them all match. But
sometimes you just go for strength.
yeah. Ooh, there's another one that would go on yours. Photorealistic. What is that? Is that
Both
two
of these
strength?
will. That one's just basic 2 strength. This guard, the spaghetti dinner guard, it says once per turn while at the tavern, I may discard 2 tavern cards to gain +1 plant and +1 fire strength on my next turn.
I might do this pummel. The Shadow Ninja Katana. It gives 1 fire damage when you play an action card during combat. Gain +1 fire strength for that combat. So when you play an action card, it gives you more.
Yeah. Which action cards I know they have them in the quest deck as well.
So it could be a little situational, but I think I'll take it.
He likes the fire. He liked the fire. All right. So it's going to go back to me. I'm going to pick up the tavern card. And I guess it's gonna be too cumbersome for me to show each one of these, so I'm just gonna keep this in hand. Oh,
Okay.
and one thing we need to keep in mind with this is I think they go back in order. So since you're taking out 5 at a time,
Oh
you
yeah.
can't I don't think you can just hide those other ones. Not that you did. I was just wanted to mention that.
Right.
So the top 3 would
They should be in the same
ones,
order.
Yeah, I think that's how you'd have to do it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of
I
ambiguity.
think the
on
way
some
I
of these
slid it,
rules.
they should be back in the same
yeah.
order, but I don't know.
If not, I'll take advantage. Sorry, let's see. Declared. Okay, that is a great one. I will hang on to that. And now let's just do the simple thing here, and let's keep going to the forge. All right. Because I know there's another piece that wouldn't be bad for me to have. I kind of like the idea of just gaining all of the spaghetti stuff, because why not? Why not? All right, so we'll pop that guy in, and these slide in an order that would make sense, even though the rest of this game doesn't make much sense. Because if you slide them in the right order, it allows you to see all the details here. So yeah, so that's I'm 2 away on my way to the spaghetti dinner blade. All right. So now we're going to go back over to Sean, and he's going to grab a tavern card.
Yeah, tavern card.
I'm going to keep trying to make sure that I got that card
Can
hand
you only
size
play these cards
correct.
when you draw them, or could you play them later?
You can play them during the tavern step, either.
Like either
For
an old
yourself
one that
or-
I had, or the one I
Yeah,
just drew.
and all players may play tavern cards during any player's tavern phase, so I could play them against you at that point as well. And you might have situational ones too that I think can be played like during. So it is 8. Your hand limit is 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm glad I found that.
I think I'm going to do the quest.
All right, he's going to question. So I think you can read it to double check, but I think that no, I mean, you might get to hang on to it. Do you want me to double check it with you?
What?
Just to make sure it's something that I think you might be able to hang on to this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if it's
This one lets you discard a pummel and
if it's
get
an
5.
action card like that, I think you can keep I didn't really hear you, so you can keep that information to yourself. I think that's hidden information. I'll double check that as we go.
Okay.
All right, so nice, easy peasy. Man, so I know
Seems like if you had got a curse, you'd have to declare it or something.
I kind of. What's that?
If you got a curse, though, it seems
If
like
you have it, yeah. If you get a curse card, you definitely have to claim it. You can't like
stick in your pocket.
yeah, you can't hide it. Curse cards are special cards that are going to come out, and they're going to have a timer on them. And then it's a little ambiguous in the rules. This rule book is short. It's not the best, but it's very short, so you can read it just while you're sitting on the toilet. I think that's probably what I did to learn the game.
This rule book is one poop long.
You can find all the rules by reading reading it in like 10 minutes, but going back and finding them is a little. There's not
I see.
It's
not a real easy way to kind of go back and reference a nuanced rule.
Yeah. Well, we'll see curse cards when they come out, and we'll play them off of that. Oh, I was just going to say, I kind of tripped over what I was saying. We're going to say that the timer starts on the following round, not the round that somebody grabs it, but once they finish their next turn, that'll be the first tick down, and we'll go with it like that.
Right.
Because they do have a round timer or whatever. All right, so I get a tavern card here. Okay. All right, well that's nothing I can play right now, and I think I want to just get an extra piece on my blade, and I can't remember what's out there, but I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 of these pieces. Oh, and we're totally doing this in the wrong order. I just realized again, and that's why I tried to reiterate that. I assembled these in a previous round, so technically that assembly that I did is supposed to have happened like,
right now.
Yeah, it would have happened after the tavern phase, so it would have
tavern phase, and then you assemble your pieces. Okay.
I forget that because when I pull out these, this actually has to go to my hand first, which means that I have to have room in my hand to even pick it up. So I'm going to take that pommel. It's just the mimic blade. It says at the end of your turn, you may choose another player and swap this card for their equipped pommel part.
Oh.
So, but that means you'll get to just swap it right back to me, and then we'll put these 2 back. See, when I draw normally, it doesn't matter so much pulling off of this deck with the 3s. Because I mean, as far as the order that those cards are going back on there, because there's always only going to be those 2 going back. However, I don't want to forget that rule where we get to trade out pieces as well.
Yeah, I'll keep this for now. Where am I at here? About halfway there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to the blacksmith.
Going to the blacksmith.
I need some swordage. I need to sword this out.
I want to see what else is coming out too. Oh man, look at all those photorealistic pieces.
If only you'd chosen.
I chose poorly. Hey, does that go with your... No, that's a different one from your katana.
Burning Whirlwind. That's still so pretty though.
It's got a nice chunk of damage on it, as long as you don't fight a water guy. So that's why I was saying if you put it just a little higher, you'll be able to read all your information.
Oh yeah, because there's a guard there, so it really should be like here. Okay.
All right, so let's see.
Oh, and that really would be in my hand.
Oh yes,
right.
Yes. See, I'm going to keep forgetting that too. We'll have to try to keep each other honest.
Oh, I guess it's like this.
Something like that.
Try to remember.
Was that how it was? I don't know.
I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, because I went like that.
So now I can go to the tavern. Okay. All right, we'll hang on to that. I'll go ahead and assemble my piece before I forget to. And now I probably have enough to, at the very least, attempt an attack on a monster. So let's go for number 1. These are like difficulty orders in a sense. They're actually different locations, but whatever. I can't remember what they call all of these. So this monster is the not-so-giant spider. And I don't have the green screen set up on this cam, which I will probably change later because I feel like I want it on my little side cams, but we'll put it on the overview here where we can see it. So if I win, I will draw one loot card and one anvil card, but otherwise I have to play with my hand revealed until two other players until my next turn. So if we go back and we look at my board here, I have plenty of damage for this guy because he's only 4 regular melee damage, and I've got 3 alone over here, and then the elemental damage will equal that enough. So what's going to happen is this guy's going to go in my loot pile. I'm also going to get to draw 1 loot card, which these I don't think these stay hidden. Well, if they're loot, they don't stay hidden. If they're like pieces, I think you can keep them off to the side. They do not actually go in your hand though, so that's a nice thing. So if you gain like weapon pieces, they don't go into your hand. So mine is a shiny rare coupon, and it's worth 2 money. So he's just going to hang out right there. And then, I also get to get 1 anvil card. And that was that thing there. I guess we can just keep that hidden. You remember what it was, don't you?
Yes. All right, so is that your turn?
Oh, yes. That is my turn.
It's Tavern.
The tavern. Yeah, we start out kind of slow, but eventually those once we start hitting those 3 on the monsters, the loot deck will go down pretty quick.
So I want to play this. I'd like to play this monster hunting card.
All right, and that is right here. So if you go monster hunting this turn and defeat a monster, you may ignore that monster's win effect and instead draw 2 loot cards. I feel like you're going to go monster hunting.
And I'm going to put my sword on.
And this discard pile will just sit underneath here.
Okay. And then I'm going to pick the weakest monster.
Here he comes. I'll pop him in over here.
Pop him in.
Pop him in the slot. He has the terrible unattended campfire. So he's got to draw 1 loot card if he wins. Now it's a 3 fire damage plus 1d4. So that means you're going to roll a d4. There are dice in this card game.
And it's a face, which is a 4, right?
Yeah, it's a 4. Ooh. So that means he's 7.
Oh.
You don't have any water damage, do you?
No. Fire with fire.
Unfortunately, you have to, I'll put this back up, is going to have to break 1 weapon part or 1 gear card in the gear setup.
Oh. So I got to break some part of this.
Good thing you're a blacksmith. And I think this goes in the discard pile up here.
I think I'll ditch this pommel off here.
Okay, the pummel is no more, and then it just goes in the discard pile right there. All right, so I'm going to draw a tavern card. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm at 6 cards. And do I tempt the fates? I feel like I've got a lot of cards to use my Cursed Painter's ability, so I am slightly tempted to go, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go after the big one yet. I'm going to go after a level 1 monster. Oh, so this is a special one. This is the boss monsters that we talked about earlier, that Sean and I talked about, not on camera. So this is saying that a boss is going to come out on the next one. So it says, after your next assembly phase, you're going to gather General Gub the Green, the Goblo Cannon Brigade, and the Goblo Water Gun Squad into the blah, 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 because it's all black on the screen. It's actually in green on the card. It's called the Great Green Goblo Gang. So the way these work is that they have three, like we can take 3 losses basically against this monster. But Sean and I are going to work together to defeat it. So this is these goblin characters that are going to pop out and we're going to have to contend with. And there's going to be a win-loss condition that will both get the effect of if we defeat it. So the big guy is General Gub the Green, that you cannot see on the green screen. General Gub the Invisible. So he's got 10 plant damage, and then General Gub the Green gains +4 plant strength each, while the other 2 are still alive. So they all play off of each other. They're stronger in numbers. And these guys are elemental. There's one that's fire, the Goblo Cannon Brigade, and so he gains +2 fire strength each, while the other 2 are alive. So basically he starts at a 12, and Gub, the big general, starts at 18. And then the other guy's like the opposite with water. So it's funny how they're invisible, is going to be also at 12, but he's water. So as soon as we kill one of them, the next one will be easier. And then, so basically you want to kill the little guys probably first. We'll probably lose. So these guys are going to kind of stay out, and
so we can't do any of these top row things until these are done.
No, we have to face against the Great Green Goblo Gang. However, the person who draws this gets to go do one other thing instead, and then we have to do it. So there's one small benefit to be the first one that does that. So man, I kind of feel like I need better weapon pieces. However, I know there are gear that shows up in the quest deck, so let's go a questing and see what happens. Ha. No. Okay. Well, that's still pretty good right now. So I've got the Greed Charm, and this will become part of my gear setup. I think gear is not part of the assembly. Oh no, it is part of the assembly. So this doesn't go into my setup right now. It would be +5, but I have to reduce it by 1 for every loot card in my stash. I'm assuming that it doesn't go negative. I'm assuming, but I do not know for certain. So that's going to be in my hand right now. And that's going to go to Sean.
Oh gosh.
We have to start getting somewhere where we can hit 12 damage towards these guys. Now, your fire's not helping. My green damage is helping because it doubles if you have elemental damage against, like, green against blue.
Yeah.
So plant against water.
So I can still go to the blacksmith, right?
You cannot.
Oh, so we have to fight him.
Yeah, we have to fight this guy.
All right, so I guess I'm fighting him. Let's see.
Yeah.
Do I fight any particular one, or do I have to do that?
You can fight any one that you want, but you'd want it to be one of the little guys, of course. But they're at 12 damage right now, so I don't think there's any great way, unless you have just something that might do something for you.
No, I can't get to 12. I could have beaten that last one I was on if I was paying attention.
Wait. Okay, no, I'll just double check it. No, they have to be. Each approach card explains how and when there's. That's right. Bosses are epic. Choosing. Yeah, it just says as long as an approach card remains in play, no players may go monster hunting, though the player who drew it may immediately choose a different location. Each approach... Huh. Maybe we played it wrong the first time I played it.
So you could still quest and do the
I think
blacksmithing stuff?
I think you may be able to still, because it just says...
Monster hunting.
Yeah, as long as an approach card remains in play, no players may go monster hunting.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like, how are you going to defeat this guy?
But you'd never get better
Yeah.
if you couldn't blacksmith and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense that you need to have some kind of a way to start attacking these guys.
I'm blacksmithing.
All right, blacksmithing it is. So our play area is getting clogged up. If we could keep these guys down here.
Should I do it like this?
Sure.
Card. Another pummel.
Pummel them.
And a guard. Oh, I'll take the runic sword guard.
Ooh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. And these all just go back.
Well, it's neat the way they stack together.
Yeah, it is kind of neat. I like the way that they stuck the information up on the side.
This would be in my hand though. So.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
That is true. That is true. Hard to remember that rule.
I know you get so excited, you just want to stick it in.
You did go to the tavern too, right? Yeah, you did that. I think.
Yeah, I did that. I just can't use anything. Well, I can't really use anything.
All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is my 8th card. Oh, that would be mean. Not helpful, really. Oh, goodness. So I'm having to kind of look and see if there's anything that's going to help me. I have right now a total of 3 damage plus 1 fire and 2 green. So against the water guy, I've got 1, 2, 3. The fire doesn't do anything, but the plant does double. So I've got a total of 7. I gotta make 5 more up. I can discard 2 tavern cards to gain +1 plant and +1 fire strength. Because if I did that, then that gives me an extra 2 basically, so that would need to make up 3. And then this one says during combat I can discard 1 card to gain +2 strength. So that is literally 1 away. So if I assemble, if I assemble the greed charm, that would be enough on its own. So let's go ahead and put my charm down, because that's going to give me a total of +3 strength. And I do have... I'm not going to use that yet, because I don't think I need to. I do have 1 other weapon piece I could swap out a pommel for. Okay, so if I am ready to attack, and I want to go against this guy, then I need to be able to do enough damage. So I've got 3 from here. If I discard 2 cards to gain +2, however, this is 3. So 3, 6. Fire doesn't do anything, plant does double, so that puts me at 10. I need 2 more damage. as I was saying, I need 2 more damage. The computer just decided to and restarted itself. But luckily, OBS is great, and it saves your little footage for you.
You only missed a second or two of the action.
Didn't miss too much. So, like I was saying, I only need to do plus 2 more damage. So I just need to discard a card that I'll discard now because I totally didn't do it earlier. Okay, so that means that we do have enough to kill the Goblo water gun squad, and so that guy's going to go out. And I guess we'll just, it says to put him back in the box, but I'm going to put him under a discard pile underneath the big enemies here. And now that means that this guy, even though he's still fire damage, he's only 10 because he's only got 1 other figure, as well as the big guy is only 14.
So if you attack something that's a fire damage thing, does fire not affect it? So if I, like my 3 here wouldn't do anything to it, would it?
Yes, correct. Yeah. Your 3 over here. Yeah. So, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm kind of thinking too many things at the top of it. 3 fire damage will do straight melee damage to this guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's even.
It's the water damage that would, well, that would be more effective.
Right. Yeah. So and then your plant damage isn't going to do anything to him. So.
Okay. All right, so my turn?
It is your turn.
So, tavern card. All right. So, I think I'm going to play this.
Okay.
It says, choose another player. That's you.
I'll go ahead and pop it up at the top.
Yeah, for the rest of my turn, I'm using your gear.
Ooh, that is not too bad. Weapon in gear. I've got a pretty good weapon, pretty good gear.
Yeah, I like that spaghetti weapon.
And you have no loot, so that means this is a +5 for you right now. How much damage can you do, Sean?
Well, let's see.
I do have.
You tell me. It's your stuff.
I do have 1 set of fire damage, so that's a 2. I'm just looking. I'm looking at the big guy here because it'd be great if we could kill him. He's a 14 right now. So, if we have a way to toss that, if we have a way to get 14 damage out of this, that'd be great. You have no loot, so the greed charm is worth 5. The 6, 7, 8. This would be 9, 10, 11, 12. All you have to do is discard 1 card.
Discard 1 card, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do this one.
Okay. Just some old oops, I dropped it card.
So I don't have to break any of your stuff. I think I should have added this to mine before I went to fight.
Oh yeah.
Right? Just in sequence and stuff. So
you were using mine either way, but yeah, you could totally.
I got distracted by your spaghetti weapon.
It's hard. It's tasty. You know, you get a little hungry while you're out here fighting.
So is he defeated?
The green guy is dead. So now we just have a 8 damage Goblo gun brigade, which I think we should be able to kill this guy. So let's go to the tavern first, because we're always hungry. So this says that I can look at the top card of each of the following decks: Anvil, Quest, and 1 monster card of my choice.
Oh.
So I will do that. And let's look at this guy. Yeah, we remember what that is.
That should be the least mysterious of all of them.
It's a quest too, yeah, quest. All right.
And one of the monsters.
And 1 of the monster cards. I'm gonna look at this one. All right. I can assemble. Let me double check just to make sure. I should be good on cards because I've discarded cards. So now all I have to do is do this 8 damage to this guy. So looking over at my what I've got on my setup over here, I've got 1, 2, 3. This is still 4, 5, 6. His fire, so this is 7. Oh, I'm 1 away. So yeah, I'll just do the simple photorealistic swords ability. Discard a card. I've got good cards though. I want to get rid of. This will get more cutthroat as we go.
I'll do my best.
Okay. You know, Sean, I don't know. Maybe that'll be worthwhile to hang on to. Okay, we'll just do this simple card. Just want to make a deal card, and just would be us trading cards out. All right, so we are done with the Goblo Cannon Brigade. So he's out, and that means that we get to draw 2 lead cards. So I'll just draw 2, and you draw 2. I guess we'll do it like that. And if they're just basic coins and stuff, then you don't really get anything special for them. I mean, you do get special, you get points, but... so I have 2 really nice loot cards. They're both worth 5 each. You, however, may have gear, because I see Sean reading.
I've got sword pieces.
So those don't have to stay in your hand. You can keep them off to the side. I don't even think that they have to stay
So
face
the loot's
up.
not really hidden knowledge.
I feel like they don't. No, I feel like those don't have to stay face up. Maybe they do. Well, it says when you draw a treasure card, which would be the ones that just give you points, they go face up. But it says also contain the legendary weapon parts. These reside in your stash instead of your hand when not equipped, and can be added to your weapon during the assembly phase. It doesn't really say that those have to be face up, so I'm assuming you can keep them face down.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
But
they don't count. They don't count in your hand, so you keep them out of your hand. And the good thing about epic weapon pieces is that they can never be destroyed. So there's no breaking of those, but you can steal them. So there's that. All right, so it is your turn.
Okay. For some reason, it's hard to remember to go to the tavern every time.
I know.
I'm starting to get it though.
Yeah.
If you. Okay. That's not really something I can use. Do I want to do something else?
Yeah, it's like you gotta try to remember what the heck is
I'd like to play this one.
in your hand. All right.
So I'm going to look at your hand and I'm going to steal one card from you.
Oh man, come on now,
Speaking
Sean.
of cutthroat.
Come on now, Sean.
Speaking of. You got a little something to block me, I figure. Need to get that out of the way. This little fishing expedition.
I do have one other card. So you've got the wrong guy, buddy. You got the wrong guy. So basically, it's just a cancel. When it's a 1-to-1 game, it just means that you get to just cancel the effect. Otherwise, it would mean. And I'm looking forward to playing this as a like more than 2 players. You'd get to pass it off to somebody else. You'd have to do it to somebody else instead of.
So yeah, we'd just kind of go down to the next person and look at their cards.
You can still play any other tavern cards that you have, though, if you want.
Really?
You're not limited to one.
Nope. The rest of them I'm keeping. I'm going to go to the blacksmith.
Blacksmith it is.
1, 2. 2, 3,
Got some spaghetti weapons in there.
4. One more for me.
You got 2 pixel blade pieces. What was that last one? Oh, the walking arsenal. These are a pain because they lower your
Hand
hand
size.
size by 1.
Ooh. I'm not seeing anything like super exciting. I think I will take this pommel.
Pommel it is.
It goes into my hand.
All right. Back on it. All right, so I'll take a tavern card. That's kind of funny. Hmm. All right, I don't think I'm going to do any shenanigans right now. Except I will fight this number 2.
You already know what that monster is.
I do know what that monster
You got
is.
to peep at it. No, we get to. It's
the 9-legged spider.
another spider.
Where's that 9th leg coming out of? It's his head.
That's my butt.
Yeah. This guy has just got like a long one coming out the top. So it's a 4 plus 1d8.
Walks in a circle all the time. A little bit more traction on one side.
So I roll the d8. It is it's the 8.
Oh no,
Man, we've
we're all
rolled
rolling hot.
2 splats in a row. All right, so that's a 12. But I've got pretty decent weapon pieces over here. So
You can do it.
he's not elemental, so don't get to take advantage of that. I've got too much crap in my hand over here. So this is only a 1. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's a 12. He's a 12. I don't think I can do it. I was hoping that would go better. Ah. There ain't nothing I can do. Yeah, he's not elemental. I thought I was really playing the gamble that the 8 would have rolled to like a 5 or something or whatever. Shucks. So let's go back and see what I have to do as my
It's your punishment.
punishment.
You gotta skip a turn.
I have to skip a whole turn.
Ooh.
And I believe this goes in the discard pile.
Wouldn't it from this side?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, you can't see our discards above the decks.
Let's see.
So you get to do 2 turns in a row, Sean.
Yay! Oh, all right. So I'm gonna do this now.
Draw 2 tavern cards. Every other player draws
show
1.
it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And that's just gonna let me draw. I'm gonna draw 2 more, and then I guess you get to draw 1, right?
Another round on Sean.
So you
Thank
do
you,
get a
Sean.
tavern
You're
card.
such a nice man. You're such a nice man. Thank you, Sean. I'm totally not going to do anything.
Now you're gonna
Crappy
use that
to you
mean thing.
afterwards.
That mean thing I just gave you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Probably so.
Interesting. A lot of these are pretty wordy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a surprisingly long game too for what it is, but I think that's part of just like learning how to race it a little bit. So
I don't have any more things to do like that, so I'm putting my pummel on.
pommeling up. Oh, you took the photorealistic pommel.
I did. Pommelicious.
Pommelicious. That's just a simple 1 extra damage.
And then I'll just go ahead and do my turn again.
Wait, what did you did the tavern and then you assembled. Did you actually go anywhere on that first turn?
No, I guess I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think you did. So
Maybe I'll do an adventure.
ooh, an adventure. He's going on an adventure.
So gear is like this.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I think when you assemble, you can take gear back off, because I feel like I would have to do that with it. I think this is maybe becomes negative points the more loot I get. I don't know. It says you reduce it by 1 for each.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, it says reduce the effect of this. Well, I don't know. It says the effect, so maybe it could go negative.
1, 2, 3.
I would assume I could pick it up if I wanted.
You said the hand limit is 8.
Yep.
Or is it 7?
The normal hand limit is 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 cards. So I don't have to do anything with this. I'm going to take my next turn. Go ahead and read another tavern card.
Okay, you're on your second turn. Womp womp. My terrible luck with the 9-legged. You know, he got me with that 9th leg. You know, I had all the other 8 legs, and he just got me with the one.
Yeah, it's always that last leg.
It's
That's the last leg of an adventure.
Decisions.
Man, I don't think there's any. I've got a lot of really situational cards that I don't, because I haven't played yet. I don't know how often these situations will occur.
Yeah, and I think I feel like there's a bunch of little rules here that I'm not 100% on, but I think you don't get to hang on to the 8 cards. Like if you go 9 or something like
Right,
that.
you gotta choose one.
I think you have to choose it
discard
immediately.
That's what I would think. So
I think that's how this one plays. A lot of games will let you do the thing where you like have, you know, like 9 cards until the end of your hand. You just have to get rid of them by then.
I feel like I've got enough sword. I could maybe handle a little monster. So I'm at 3.
You could definitely
4,
handle
5,
a little monster.
6, 7.
You want to start taking them because sometimes they give you good stuff too.
All right, little monster.
Oh, he's a little monster. It's just a little bit of possessed poison ivy.
That is the worst kind of poison ivy.
Oh man, it's possessed.
The next time you engage in combat with a plant monster, reduce its strength by 2.
Yeah, so you got to kind of hang on. You got to remember that card.
Okay.
All right, so it's just a 4. You've
I pretty easily.
Yeah, you've totally got 4 hits here between all this
I got
stuff.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This text is kind of small, so it's probably going to be hard to see. But yeah, you are have totally defeated that guy. So hang on to him, and maybe even put a die on him just to remind yourself that he hasn't been used yet. Yeah.
Oh, you only get to do that once. The next time. Okay.
The next time, yeah, because I'll try to remember that too. So does that mean that I get to take a turn?
Yes.
I get
It's
to take a
finally
turn?
your turn again.
All right. Let's see what we got. We're going to the overview here. Yeah. Okay. Just because it's fun, I'm going to use the card that Sean gave me. So choose another player and steal a random card from their hand. So you can either shuffle or what you want to do, and I won't look at it because they've got different backs. So I'll just take the best one. Ah. Well, that's a nice one to have, isn't it, Sean?
I don't know. If it's more than 2 sentences, I don't read it. It looks like you got one of the wordy ones.
Yeah, well, good for me. I guess I should assemble. And I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna do this for now, because maybe I'll probably discard cards when I do this, because of all of my discard abilities on the other ones. So I took the walking arsenal for my pommel, and then this one. So now, so if I do that, I immediately have to discard a card, because now I'm at a hand limit of 7. The walking arsenal is like just a bunch of swords attached to it. It's like the throne from
Game of Thrones. Throne.
So
The Sword of Swords.
you're visiting the forge plenty of times, so I'm gonna get rid of this one that just causes you to go after the forge again. So now I will go after this guy. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a 12. Oh, and I'll have to discard my entire hand. Oh no, why didn't I take the coward?
So much for size limits.
Why didn't I take the coward? Oh, I haven't used this ability yet. Okay, I was reading this wrong. I would have had to discard 2 during the tavern phase.
Oh.
Whoops. I totally would have done that because I had too many cards in my hand, but I'm not going to go back on it. We're not going to play my usual game where I try to go back and finagle everything. So if I get rid of one card, this will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. No, man, 2 losses in a row. Entire time I played last time, we lost against one monster. And I'm just getting too greedy going after those 2s. I'm used to being the guy with 2 swords. So I have to discard my entire hand.
Oh, that's very painful.
That is so painful. So painful. Okay, and then I think he goes in the discard when you lose against him. I think when they tie against him, I think they go back in the deck. I think that's how that works. I'm going to double check that rule in a minute. So, man. Oh. Well, at least I'm not at a hand size too high now. Man, that sucks. That's so unlucky. If it was one elemental creature, I would have killed him. I would have killed him.
Oh.
I will double check that rule about what goes on with the monsters while you're perusing your choices.
Let's see. Well, I draw 1. I kind of need to play 1.
Yeah.
When it says from the forest deck, does that mean like it's a forest elemental?
The forest is the level 1s. That's the thing I was forgetting. So that yeah, because it's kind of in the green or whatever.
Oh, so I have to go to the blacksmith, don't I? On this turn.
You have to.
Or did you just discard that?
I just discarded all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm still at 8, so I'm not going to do anything with it.
This was the last loot card I got. You can't see it very well because it's so holographic, but it's the time popsicle. I just thought it's kind of funny. It's just a popsicle frozen in time.
It reminds me of the Beauty and the Beast, that rose. That was,
Yeah.
only it's a popsicle. All right. So, man, I don't know.
Fight a monster.
Maybe I should.
I can't do anything to you now. Except wave my spaghetti dinner blade in your face. Wouldn't be the first time.
I'll try another easy one.
All right. So, well, let's pop it back over here. All right. The Terrified Time Traveler. It only takes 4 to hit, and you definitely have that. You may immediately go questing, visit the forge, or go monster hunting. So you can just immediately find another monster.
Well, maybe I'll try it too.
All right. Sean's gonna go after the 2. And it is the Nunchuckle fish.
Chuku!
It's a 9 water damage. Wow, that's not good for you. Can you do anything special in your hand?
I can.
You can. All right, let's do it.
I can do that.
You can discard 1 pommel, gain +5 strength. You do lose 3 from this, though. So that would only put you at 8. You'd be 1 away. Can you do one other thing to gain +1
really?
strength for each curse? Nobody's got a curse card. You are 1 away. You can hang on to that if that doesn't do it. If you don't want to use your action card.
No, I don't have anything else. I didn't, so this does nothing then.
So hang on to this then,
Okay.
since you weren't gonna be able to do it.
So what's my?
You just have to discard all animal cards from your. Oh
That's not a green.
no, unfortunately it's not.
Okay.
Good looking out though. You discard all animal cards from your hand, so not terrible.
Animal card.
So like
these don't
like
count, right?
no, it's just the ones from your hand. Yeah,
They would say animal on them.
anvil, like forge, like weapon pieces.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah. So
What about the loot?
I don't. Those aren't in your hand, so your loot stays in your stash.
All right. Well, what a shame. No repercussions.
Try to just. No, this is a wordy one. May tavern card. Possibility instead. Oh. That's actually pretty funny. Okay, we'll hang on to that for later. Man, I kind of want to go questing, but I'm going to fight a little monster instead. Oh, and this is the Mono Hydra. You can't see it, so green.
He's a Visahydra.
So it's a snake. It's the Mono Hydra. So I have to roll a D4.
Just one Hydra.
See if I can roll it right on the green screen. It is a 2. And so he is 4. I definitely have 4. So I gain +2 strength during my next turn. Man, these ones kind of are lame. I mean, that's not bad. That's actually that'd be good for to do the. I'll put the D4 on it to remind myself. It'll be good because that's like the two strength that I needed in order to get that those last couple. I think.
The second I went to step up, it was like, oh, I'll smack down again closely. All right. Oh.
I'm looking over at. What are you looking at my side for? What do you want from my hands? I don't want nothing. I don't got nothing. I got crap.
What does your class ability do?
So during a combat with a monster, I may discard 2 tavern cards to change its strength type to my choice, as long as it's not like basic melee. So I get to basically change its element.
Oh, okay.
Which can be really helpful if you've got an elemental weapon.
So I've got to choose one of these to do, because I'm at 9 cards now. Mm-hmm. Do I have to pick one and then play it? Like, do I have to be at 8 and then play it?
I mean, as far as I'm
you have to end your turn with a certain amount of cards.
This is that rule book that you can't find anything quickly in, but I did read it say that you have a hard hand limit of 8. Oh. You do get to finish all the phases. So we both did that once incorrectly, I think, where we ended up discarding a card during our turn that we didn't need to. So
I haven't done it yet, but...
And then I lost my whole hand, so it really didn't matter to me.
So I'm going to break one of your items.
Oh, man.
I'll do your guard.
But, Sean...
It's just made of a breadstick anyway.
So you want to do that? But, Sean, it was my idea, after all. So it says when another player uses a tavern card or activates a class ability, you may play the tavern card or activate their class ability instead.
Oh, that's the card you stole from me.
No, that's the one that I just picked up on my last turn.
Oh.
That's the only card I have. So I get to break a card in your setup.
Okay.
And I cannot break the handle. I'll break that big blade you got there.
Oh.
That's all right. You've got. Whoops! I'm putting it in the wrong discard. You've got you've got a lot of forging ability. You might want to go to the forge.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Let's see. Well, so we can play our other ones too.
Yes. Yeah, you can play as many as you want on that and this portion, and I have no other cards to play.
There was one that... Yeah, I'll do this one, and I'll steal your spaghetti.
Oh no! Oh,
your spaghetti blade.
Oh, my sweet, sweet spaghetti blade.
Slurp them up.
Oh, well, I guess it was going to happen at some point.
Sean gets cutthroat.
Okay, you still haven't actually done anything for your your.
So now I'm looking at roughly the same strength. I'll go for another level 2.
All right.
7.
7 to beat it. I think you probably have it. Well, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you got it. So you get to put the bottom card of the Caverns monster deck in your stash. Monster deck in your stash. So you get to take the bottom card. You don't gain the like win effect, but you get to put it in your stash. So you get an extra 3.
Sweet.
So that was a 5-point gain. Okay. I'm gonna take a tavern card. I will go questing. Will I go questing? Yes. No, I should go to the forge. When was the last time you went to the forge?
It's been a while.
I'll go questing. And I got, oh, this is a fun one. I got the juggler's gloves, so you can attach an unlimited number of pommel parts to your equipped weapon. Ashley had that last game, and it helped her a lot.
So you just have a whole bunch of pommels?
Yeah, and it's not equipped. I guess I need to get rid of my greed charm. I mean, I'm kind of assuming that this doesn't actually go to negative. And I'm assuming you can pick up gear cards. You can assemble your weapon pieces. I don't think you normally need to pick up gear cards. They usually just stay down. Yeah, I don't know. Edge rules here, but it is your turn.
All right. Let's see.
Sean is over here strategizing.
So it's over when this is empty?
Yep.
Doesn't seem like you hit that too much.
We will, as we end up hitting those big threes. They'll start taking like 3 and 4 loot cards at a time when we start going after those. But
I'm going to play this one.
we got to get geared up, I guess. So
That's going to let me go to the forge and take 2 weapon parts.
ooh, 2 weapon parts. Nice.
And I get to see 2 more. So.
The vegetable vengeance.
That's pretty fun. If you got all of them.
You get +4 plant strength. It'd be really nice for me because I've got that painter ability. I can swap things out.
Yeah, maybe I'll take this one. I'll drop spaghetti off.
All right. Well, you don't assemble.
Oh, I don't right now.
Yeah,
That's right. This goes to my hand.
Yeah, but you get 2.
And I get 2. Huh. Well. That lowers your hand limit. I guess I'll do this one too.
All right. All right.
So back. Okay.
I almost told you just leave him out because I'm most likely going. Okay. So I'm going to assemble this. I really don't need to assemble. Yeah, I'll just do it. I'll go ahead and assemble that for right now. Just get it down. You're probably going to break it. I'm going to choose you to have to go to the... This is... Sean's going to have to go to the forge on his next turn. It says it's dangerous out there. It's very dangerous. You need to go back to the forge. I'm going to go to the forge because I want to acquire pommels. I'm going to have just a big setup of pommels.
I ended the turn with 9 cards, so I'm going to discard that retroactively.
Oh, okay.
Taking 2 items messes with me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still at a hand size of 7. So.
All right.
Did you go to the tavern yet?
No. It's tavern. Huh.
Tavern time. Oh, you have to go to the forge this time too.
Oh, I have to, don't I? Okay. Huh. Well, crap. So I'm going to end up having to, if I don't equip things, I'll have to drop stuff. So do I equip before I go to the forge?
Yes.
So I'm going to, since curses aren't coming out and stuff, I'm going to swap these 2 pieces here.
All right.
Just get my hand size back down. kind of a lateral move, although I feel like I'm a little less diversified in my my strength there, but maybe it'd be all right. So what am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. A lot of swords coming out. Oh, there's one.
There is a sword.
And it's runic. Which I think I just discarded a runic thing. I did. I want to take this one into my hand.
All right.
Put these back.
Going on the pile. Which one did you take?
I'll never tell.
Fine. Fine. Trying to remember what the heck we even had out there. All right, so I'm gonna go to the tavern. I don't think it was anything helpful for me yet. Why not go ahead and play down? They won't even notice it's gone. Choose another player and steal one random card from their hand. Random card. Oh, okay. All right. So now, I'll go. Do I still have that? Yeah. I'll go questing. Let's see what we got.
Quest for you.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, well, hang on to that.
Oh.
All right.
All right, so tavern for me. Oh. I'm going to play this. It lets me go monster hunting or other things twice.
Nice. You going to the forge twice?
You don't have to do the same type of
well,
monster, right? So I could do maybe a level 1 and a level 2 if I wanted.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't see why you couldn't.
So I'm playing. I'm going to do that, but also I'm going to do this.
Okay. It's called Who's a Good Boy? If you go monster hunting this turn, select one monster card in your stash from the force deck, add strength to yours during this turn. Don't forget you got that plant one too.
And I got this next time I engage combat with a plant monster. So it has to be a specific type of monster. But I'm going to try for level 2.
Just go for the threes. Go for the threes.
Was I supposed to select one of these before I go?
I don't think so.
Well,
I think
they're both 4s, so
if you go select one monster hunting in your stash from the forest.
it has to be from the low end. I've got 2 different monsters from there.
Well, does it have to be from the low end?
It said from the forest, right? From the forest deck.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a 4.
Okay.
And what is
And
that?
so you're fighting a D12. So take that orange die. You gonna try to roll it over? I don't know what's going on. It is a 9.
Jeez.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
But you get to add this 4 to it too.
So 4.
It is a basic strength monster.
So there's
Here, I'll
no.
put it back.
So no special things on it. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oh,
11.
you're good. So draw 2 loot cards.
2 loot.
Then he stays in your stash, but he's not worth anything.
Okay. Why is he 0? Oh, because it's 2 loot cards.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Oh, I forgot I even had that. Okay, that's fine. My go?
Yep.
I'm going to take a tavern card. That's funny. Okay. I'll assemble another pommel since I can pommel it up. Oh, I should put it where I can actually see what it does. It's just another 2 damage. And I'll go to the forge because I've got crap for items here.
I de-skettied him. And then I tossed it away.
He did de-sketty me.
I had to slow you down a little bit. You're getting a little...
However, there's another pommel here. So let's take the pommel. All right. Back to you.
Okay. All right. I have to do the... So this is going to let me take the top 3 cards of the monster deck. It just says the 1 skeleton, so I assume that means the easy one.
Yeah, so no.
Could be
It's a monster. So take the top 3 cards of a monster deck and do not show them to the other players and place them back on top in the same order.
Okay.
So just remember the order you got them. Who?
All right.
And then you get to do your thing, so you can fight it right now too if you
Yeah,
want.
I'm going to fight this one.
All right. So that is
It's like a D6, is that right?
just a D6. It's a 4. I think
That
you
works
got
out
it.
okay, doesn't it?
I think you got it. I think you got it. So you get to draw a loot card.
Loot. 11 out of loot.
That's another 0 for your loot pile. But there are times that you have to discard cards out of your loot, so it's good to have cheap ones.
All right.
Alrighty. I am going to go to the tavern, of course. Okay. I'll assemble another pommel.
Oh, I forgot. You could just keep pummeling.
Pommel it up. So I've got...
I'm not sure how juggling causes this to happen.
Yeah, you're just juggling the ball, because it's like the ball end of the pommel. Yeah, you're just juggling around.
How do you fight monsters with that? Oh!
Hey, ho!
I distract him a
buddy.
little bit.
You're just chucking balls at him. One's got swords all over the end of it, so I guess it counts.
That one's sticky.
And, I still have to actually do something. So, yeah, so I've got potentially 6, 7, 8. I could get rid of a card to add extra damage. And I can also potentially add extra damage with... Oh goodness, man! Those 2s that we've been hitting at the 12 mark have scared me a bit. I'm gonna go to the forge one more time. Haha! We finally got a blade, and it's an elemental blade, so I guess that's kind of good. It's the one you want for your runic set. Oh, I don't get to put that on just yet. It's like a plus, it's just like one of every elemental.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
I'm not going to read the set bonus. Well, I guess I should for later, but I'm not going to have it. Oh, that's funny. Jeez. The runic blade is apparently like the master of curses. Basically lets you like pass your curse cards off to the other people all the time, the whole time.
Yeah. Some of the other ones are like they give you bonuses if someone's cursed, or you can remove one for a curse from other people. I don't know why you would. Well, I guess any player can include yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so tavern card.
Suddenly I've got cards back in my hand again.
All right, I won't play this right away. It's going to let me draw 2, and then you can draw 1.
Oh, it's the same one you did before. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that round. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
All right, let me check my hand limit before I go.
Oh, I can play these during your tavern turn right now. I could play this right now before you assembled.
4, 5, 6,
I'm
7.
going to go ahead and play this right now. This is the one I threw away earlier, which lets me go dumpster diving. I found this in the dumpster. And so I can go through either the quest or anvil trash piles and put one in my hand. And
Get your spaghetti back.
I could get my spaghetti back. But I've already got a blade, and these pommels are so nice right now. Okay. It is still your turn. You haven't actually done a thing. You haven't done a thing, Sean.
Let's
I've
think
got
about
4 pommels.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Just
6,
wait until you break
7, 8. I kind of need to. Well, I can hold 8, so I was like, I might need to play something here.
I have to keep remembering that I can only hold 7. Just now, finally back up to having 7 again, where I had to discard my whole hand.
I hate to do anything that takes me down in strength, but some of these other cards are kind of neat. They give you an ability in lieu of the strength. All right, I'm going to fight this monster.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, you know what it is, too. Oh, okay. You killed this little cute slime. Well, you can't even see the slime. You killed this cute little slime. It's only 3 to hit, and it's 1 loot card plus it's a point.
All right.
It's this scared little slime. God, you're getting a lot of loot cards over there.
Loot!
All right.
There it is.
My go. So I take a tavern card. I'm at 7 now. Shiny loot. I will assemble. So let's put this blade on my pommel pile. And I think it is time to go after a monster. So I'm gonna hit number 2 here. I'm just gonna assume this greed charm doesn't go to 0, or can I pick it back up? What do you think? It doesn't go past 0. It says it's because you reduce it by 1. It keeps throwing me off. Does it go -1 is the problem.
I wouldn't think so.
It's not a curse.
I haven't seen negative numbers on anything.
So maybe we'll just leave it and count it as a 0.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. Okay. So I do go for a number 2. And this is a 9. Fire. Can I kill it without having to discard 2 cards? So this water is worth 2. Yeah, this water on this is worth 2 because it's a 1. So that's 2, and then the fire's worth 1. That's a 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Grass doesn't do anything. 9. It's just enough. And I draw 1 loot card and 1 quest card. All right, and this guy, oh, he goes in my loot. Oh, I forgot about this. Well, I guess that went away. That was a gain +2 strength, plant strength in my next turn. So I guess that one wasn't situational. Okay. And then, so I get 1 loot and I get 1 quest card. Ooh, okay. Like that. And so I guess I didn't go questing, so I can't use this other card in my hand. So now we have the first curse. So it says, during combat with a monster from the forest deck, that monster gains +2 strength of its respective type. I'm going to put that on a 3 countdown, and we'll count it down 1 after my next turn. We'll do it like that.
Okay.
Okay. So I think it's your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Playing it down.
I'd like you to discard a random card from your hand.
Ooh. Hmm. I'll play Anybody Smells Something. It says other players cannot steal or break your cards or force you to discard until the start of your turn. You can use it to negate as well.
Oh, okay.
Dun dun dun. It's probably not the. I probably should have just discarded one, but I wanted to. I want it to be one of my good ones.
Let's see. I don't think I want to do any others. So I'm going to fight. Boy, I don't think I'm really up for these level 3s yet.
I know. I can't wait till we start hitting the 3s. It's gonna make this game is gonna start going.
I'll try another
Crazy.
level 2 here. Ooh. Shark.
Oh, that's not bad. So it's just 6 blue, and then you get to draw 2 loot cards. You kill it with your blade alone, because your blade is plant.
So plants double damage against the water ones.
Yep, and then you got 2 loots.
2 loot. Loot. There it is. Loot. There it is. So I'll be doing that all night.
Try to keep it up.
All right.
All right, so am I good?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a tavern card. And, okay, know what that is. And I would also like to kill monsters. I'm still kind of scared of the 3s as well, even though, yeah, I think I'm still scared of the 3s. Oh, I don't want to forget that I have one more pommel ad. The Bejeweled Broadsword. So I'm running out of room in my pommel space here. So it says, at any time you can shuffle the card back into the loot deck, then draw 1 loot card. Now you can shuffle this card back in and draw another loot card. Why would I want to do that? So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight damage, and then I've got a decent amount of elemental damage. Oh, I'm so scared of those 3s. I shouldn't be. I should just go after it. I've seen some big ones, but my class ability is what's making me want to push it, because I've got a decent amount of plant stuff here, and I could make it a water, but it could also just be a melee monster that I fight. So unless it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 base damage. I can also discard another card to make it 11. And then if I turned it into water, I would have another 17. Oh man. I know there's a character in there that just destroys your weapon. I'm gonna go for the 2s. I'm gonna be a little baby. And it's like one of the easiest monsters ever to beat. So I just draw an anvil card. A little wandering slime.
That was in the 2?
That was in the 2, yeah. Yeah. Not whatever.
It looks really friendly.
Okay. Okay.
All right. All right, I'm going to hit you with this. But just because I can't hold anything else in my hand. So this just says discard a random card from your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did anybody smell something? It's the exact same card I had.
Oh, man. There are a few duplicates, aren't there?
There are a few.
I'm gonna try level 3.
Sean's ready for it.
Oh
my gosh. What is up with these slimes? They just keep showing up. You can't see he's green, but he's very
crying.
sad. It's a very lost slime. He is wandering and I guess it's like kind of the joke. Maybe it's the slimes are in the wrong spot. They're wandering.
Oh, that's why they're in the 3s.
They're too weak.
So just a loot card.
Yeah, so there you go.
Okay.
That's a point for you too. All right, my go.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Is there a way to get rid of some of these loot cards?
Oh, you got one of the... Okay, so there is a sword set that you have to complete, or else it's negative points for each piece at the end.
Oh, if you complete it.
Yeah, you can't unless I were to like steal it from you or something somehow. Okay. Oh, I haven't drawn a card yet, right? No. I have not. I think I'll go... Gosh, I really want to start hitting those 3s too.
I had a pleasant experience.
I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to, just for the fun of the game, I'm going to do it, but this is going to be terrible. No, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I mean, I have 8 anyways, even if it was an 8. So I roll a d8 for this one for its damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me
Could
anything.
be 9.
Well, yeah. Well, I have way more than that anyways. So he just hangs out in my loot pile, and I get to draw a loot card. And it's an ornate sheath worth 3 loot. Alrighty, Sean. We're hitting those 3s now.
Yeah, I'm not so scared of the 3s.
Oh, you should be. There's some tough ones in there. I've seen them. That's why I'm scared of them.
I want to play this one.
All right. So let's put this up. If you go monster hunting during this turn and you win in combat, you may reveal a second monster card and begin combat with it. Not bad to do it. Go for the 3s.
I think I'll do it too. So I'm fighting twice.
Well, you don't have to. I think but okay.
So this is 5 plus what?
2 anvil cards. So what we do is we draw the top 2 anvil cards off of the deck, and they're attached to him now. Oh man. I believe the elemental damage is just straight damage. So it is 5 plus 1 for this pixel blade, and then plus another 3 for the coursing fury blade piece or whatever. Pixel blade with a pixel blade handle.
What did he end up with?
So he ends up with a total of 9.
Oh gosh, 3, 4. Is it any elements?
No.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to play this.
All right.
So I can get rid of my pummel.
From your hand.
From my hand.
Hopefully you got a pommel in your hand. I think you do, don't you? Unless you
I've got
discard it.
loot. Does that count?
For some reason, I thought you had a pommel. I don't know why. It says it's from your hand, and the...
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I lose.
Well, you can hang on to that one. So the loss condition, let me get all this stuff out of the way. I think these go in the discard pile. Break your top 2 weapon parts or discard 2 anvil cards. Place the attached anvil cards on the bottom of the anvil deck. Oh, these go on the bottom of the anvil deck.
I'll just do these 2.
I guess you get to do that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it has to come from your hand.
So the top
you break
2.
2. Yeah, you're breaking 2. Yeah, top 2. Yeah, that's right. I thought you were just picking 2 to get rid of. Oh, goodness. Okay. It's going to be bad when my gear gets broken. I think well, let's see. Where am I at on cards? Okay, I'm still good. Draw a anvil card. Oh, Sean. I'm sorry, Sean. I think I'll be taking that. I gotta choose another player and steal 1 gear card. Oh, gear card. Oh, you don't have gear.
Oh, no gear.
Oh, well, I just showed you what card I have now. Haha. I thought I was thinking of stealing your pommel. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the forge.
Oh, I guess
one
I
more
could have
time.
gone again.
I'm trying to get prepared. No, you lost.
With my 2. Oh, that's right.
You lost against that one guy. So 3 more pieces. And I know my player area is getting covered up over here. So it's the spaghetti dinner handle, which is not as good as my other one. And then we have the Shadow Ninja Katana handle and the Mimic Blade. It says at the end of your turn you may choose another player and swap this card for their equipped blade part if you wanted it. Don't really care about any of these. I guess I'll take the spaghetti dinner handle. Except if I take the Mimic Blade, that helps protect me from Sean's wrath later. So let's do that. Or the Mimic Blade. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How did I get 9 cards? I must have been at 7 to draw that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I drew 1 and I just took another one, that's why. So I have to get rid of 2 cards. You can go ahead and pick your turn if you like.
So if you equip loot cards to your sword, and then you want to replace those parts with something else, do they go back into your loot, or do you?
They go back in your hand.
Okay.
Oh, loot cards? Yeah, loot cards. If you place a loot card and you take it, yeah, it goes back into the stash.
Okay.
I guess I'll get rid of these 2. Okay.
All right. I'm going to make you go monster hunting next turn. I'm sure you probably would do.
All right. Anyway. That was one of the cards I just discarded. Because I figured we were... Oh, I should have not discarded it because you were...
Really, you would have forced me to.
Well, you could have gone after the...
I think...
I haven't been ticking this thing down. It's been at least 2 turns, but I'm not hitting the forest monsters anyways. My curses. I'll leave it 1 more turn.
All right, so I'm going to pick something out of here.
Oh.
3.
What do we got? Oh man, there you go. That's a good blade. It lowers your hand limit by 1, but it gives you 5 hits.
All right, I'll go ahead and take that.
And if you have parts in your hand, you can discard them to get another one too. Mm-hmm. If you have parts in your hand, you can discard them when you go to the forge like that.
Oh, to dig out another one?
Mm-hmm. If you wanted to get, I mean, like to take another one from there.
Oh, you could swap it.
You can only take a second one. I think. Yeah. It has to be from your hand too when you do that. But if you have an extra weapon part that you wanted to get rid of, you could.
I'm going to... Oh, I should use that. I'm going to discard a card. Yeah. Get back down to my proper hand size.
All right. So is it back to me?
Yep.
I'll take one over my hand limit here. Jeez, okay. Who shuffled this deck? It's been shuffled. It's been shuffled many times. I'm gonna go after a 3. Meekly. Oh no! The gauntlet trap. I have to roll a D20, a D10, and a D12. Let's just see what the 20 is first. It's a 12.
It's pretty high.
That is high. It's a 2.
It's better.
Oh, and that's a 4.
18.
Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. What do I have? I have I have something. I think I might be able to do this. So first off, this is basic damage. I'll put these all down here so we can keep an eye here. This is all basic damage. God, that could have been really, really bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 right here. If I discard another card, I can get +2. And I think I can still do this. So I'll just discard that card that I showed earlier about taking gear cards, and that's the +2. So again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was the 10, 11 because of this card. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Really didn't need to do that. I was going to have to discard one anyway. Well, not technically. I guess I wouldn't have by the end of this. So I'm going to play this dual wield action. And it says I can build a second weapon during this combat. What happens to the weapon afterwards? I'm just assuming it stays? I don't... Or is it just last for the combat?
I would think it would just be for the combat.
But then where does it go back in my hand afterwards? Let's play it like that.
Yeah, let's say it's back in your hand.
That's a little situational. Let's say it just goes back in my hand, and that's a quest card. And I've got that blade. I mean, this alone's enough. So I've got that mimic blade. So we'll just say that was my second blade, and then we're gonna draw 5 loot cards.
Oh gosh, you get to keep them all?
I do. That was quite lucky.
I'll say.
Oh, that was super lucky. And this is like one of my favorite loot cards. It's the fire mixtape. I found a fire mixtape. The rest of them are just loot pieces. Nothing really worth showing. I got an amulet of unbearable pain. All right.
Are the loot cards open information?
Yeah.
Should I be showing you my loot cards?
Oh well, not your. I don't know. It doesn't say that your. They call these treasure cards the ones that are just points, but it doesn't say anywhere that like you have to show your epic weapon pieces. So I don't know. Honestly, there's some little ambiguities in here still, but I don't think it matters that much. I've just been keeping that part hidden.
Well, it looks like you've got. How many do you have?
This one would go here. I'm not sure. I've got a pile.
6.
Look at all these.
Do you have more than 9?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I definitely have more than 9.
All right, I'm playing this one.
All right. It says choose a player who has more loot cards than you. They must pass one loot card of their choice to you.
You can spare one, right?
I can spare one. This one's worth nothing.
Oh,
You can have it.
nice.
It's my broken trap.
This isn't a loot card.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That has to be a monster card. I mean, that's a monster card. It has to be a loot card.
I need just something shiny, please.
Oh, what's my weak? Not my fire mixtape.
Oh.
Not the fire mixtape. I'll give you this rare coupon.
Ah,
It's worth 2.
that's right. It's rare. I'll use that at Kroger next time I go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and equip some stuff. Gonna put my guard on. Gonna put my sword on. All right. And then I'm going right for a level 2.
There it is. All right. What we
Oh
got?
gosh.
All right. So we draw 2 loot cards, and you get to claim these if you beat them. And it is the Gambling Man's blade, as well as this one. I don't think it adds any damage. I don't think that's a good one. They're both good, but the blade is 4 damage. I have to double check that.
Hit pause so you don't have to. The blade doesn't do anything, and the other one adds.
Right, yeah, we checked that, and it's so the way that the loot cards work is it's the value. So since the blade, even though it's a 4 strength, it's strength, so it's not value. But he did draw a really good loot card that's worth 5. But that means that this guy is an 11 to beat.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh no!
And it's not a plant, right?
It's not a plant. It is a basic melee character.
Okay. What's the
So
penalty?
you got to place 1 loot card from your stash and the attached loot cards on the bottom of the loot deck. You give that coupon back.
I'm giving that coupon back.
It's good for 1 loss.
Easy come, easy go.
All right. I'll draw a tavern card. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I'll attach a pommel. I like this pommel. It says at the beginning of combat. It's kind of hard to read because it's the holographic. But you can roll a d20 and make that the monster's strength, which is really strong. Because if it's going to beat you anyways, you could potentially lower it quite a bit. So I'm going to start doing some 3s. I'm getting beefed up with pommels. This is the awkward weapon hoarder, and he's 12 fire. I do have plant stuff, which is not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the water would get it, 12, 13. The plants cancel out. So what does he give us? You draw 2 loot cards, look at the top 6 cards of the anvil deck, and add 3 of them to my hand. Jeez. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take the 2 loots. It's a 3 and a 1. And he's going in my loot pile too. And then I'll look at 6 of these. 1, 2. Where's the pommels at? There's my whole weapon's gonna come crashing down in a moment. Here it is. Oh, add 3 of them to my hand. Jeez, that means I'm gonna have to discard cards. Okay. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I get rid of 3 cards.
Are you done?
I am done. Yeah, you can go ahead. So we get rid of discard. We'll get rid of. I don't think I'm going to be doing this anytime soon.
All right, I'm going to go and play this. This is going to let me, during this turn, if I visit the forge or go questing, I can draw from the revealed cards at the top of those decks respective trash piles instead. So I'm going to take this right here.
Okay. So you don't even go questing at all. Okay. All right. I'm going to draw a tavern card. Jeez. I'm going to attach another pommel. Can we fit yet one more? It says when you defeat a monster, choose one player and steal a random card from their hand. That's not nice. Alright, I'm gonna go after the 3s. We're gonna try to get that loot deck finished. I think I got this guy. It's a 9 fire. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Gotta make sure with my elementals. Oh, and then discard, draw 2 loot cards, gain +2 strength on fire strength on my next turn. Try to remember that. I think the loot deck is coming to a close.
Oof. Okay. All right, I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm just waiting for the card that breaks a gear card, and you just shatter my whole oh, I can't juggle anymore.
Remove all the pawns. So that's gonna let me go monster hunting and do 2 things. And I'm also gonna play this one.
Oh, well, you can hang on to this until you do combat.
Until I know what I'm gonna fight.
I believe so. It's an action card, and I think you can do it during fight. It was the same card I had where you can build a second weapon.
I'm gonna go for a 3.
I think it's the time to do it. Maybe, according to what you got. Oh, they may be played at any time, so you can play them, any time during anybody's turn. It's not like the tavern.
All right, so definitely gonna have to play that card.
That one that you've been hanging on to. You keep trying. Oh, the other one. Okay, so Sean's gonna build a second weapon during this combat, and as far as we know, this is something that goes back in your hand afterwards. I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes, in a way, the way that you get certain cards that break the game, it almost makes sense that if you had the weapons when you played it, you just keep it out. But then it confuses me about where you place. You just keep a second weapon for the rest of the game unless it gets broken.
Well, it kind of made sense, if you got it in the loot.
Yeah, it may supposed to stay down, but we were playing it that you just bring it back out. All right. Now, you should have just built that weapon anyways.
So there's 12.
Yeah, you almost got it just from that that blade. All right, so then you get 2 loot cards, and you look at the top 6 of the quest deck and add 3 of them to your hand. So similar to the one I had.
I get 2 loot cards?
2 loot cards. And this guy goes in your pile of defeated, your monster bag.
And I get to do what with the quests?
You get to draw 6 and keep 3.
Really? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming the other 3 go back on the top. Yeah, it just says add 3 to your hand.
Yeah.
The decisions. So many decisions. And you're not quite like even if you get curse cards there, you don't.
You'll have to take them on.
I would assume you don't take them. You're not questing. You're not. Yeah. I wonder what happened if you just drew 6 curse cards. Don't go to your hand, so. I guess they would just be played immediately if you had to take them. Like if you drew 6 curse cards or something like that. I guess you would just have to play them. I'm assuming there's curses in there at this point. All right. So my go, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna draw an animal, or let me make sure. Yeah, I'm at my hand limit. I
gotta discard to my hand limit there.
This curse is so long gone, I don't even know what it's doing there. That's something that's hard to keep up with. Well, just for fun, let's play this one. I'm assuming you have 6 cards in your hand at this point. Choosing the player has 6 or more cards in their hand. They choose 2 cards from their hand and pass them to you, and it's not considered stealing. It just says, "Want me to help you carry that?"
Oh, I just discarded all the crap.
I figured it was a good time. Just give me the least of your best cards. Because I'm just going to end up discarding cards anyways.
There you go.
All right. Oh. Oh, well, okay, well, I'm going to play this one then. That one that you just gave me. It's still the tavern. So so you can enter combat with me, or you can choose not to, and if you don't, then I get to draw a loot card.
I guess I won't, since you're all pummeled out.
I am going to pummel you. All right. Yeah, that's one of the fun ones. The negative point card ones.
Probably the only one I need.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
There's no way to steal
then.
those, is there?
There may be. There may be a way to do that. I don't know. I haven't totally learned this game yet. Okay, so that's enough tavern stuff to do. I do have to discard cards at the end of this game, or the turn, but let's go ahead and get our number 3 out. It is a 6 plus a D10. Just 5, so it's 11 water. I've got probably totally good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean 10, 11. I've got 11 before I even hit any elements. So draw 2 loot cards and 3 quest cards. What am I going to do with all these cards I have to discard? Okay. Well, okay. Not bad. Oh, wrong deck. Ruby Skull. Where's 4? I have to. What did it say? I had to draw 3 quest cards. These are all curses, aren't they?
Hopefully.
Oh, they're gear. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, I'm just going to get rid of these without thinking about it too much. Don't really need all that stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I gotta get rid of one more. Let's get rid of that one. Okay.
All right.
All right. Loot deck's getting thin.
All right. This is going to let me take one of these from the trash pile into my hand.
Okay.
Well, I like to play this one.
Okay. You like that card I got rid of. And that is going to let you, if you visit the forge during this turn, you can take a second weapon part without reforging. You cannot discard a card to take a third part. So it just means you don't have to discard to do that second draw thing.
Okay.
It's all handles and, oh, look at that sweet pommel.
So I can take 2 of these?
And that pommel should, well, it would be part of the 3 after. Yeah, you can take 2. I don't think you have to. You can take 2. Why do you want that pommel?
I'll take these 2.
Okay. All right. Quest card it is. Okay, I'm gonna assemble the futuristic gear here, and that just helps protect one of my gears. I'm just covered up with crap over here, with all these pommels all over the place. So it just means that I have to, like, if something gets broken or whatever, then that gets destroyed first. And I don't think I have anything else that I want to drop right now. So let's go over here and get another 3. Here's the big one. 8 plus a D12. Oh, it's a 6. So that's 14. And these all regular. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I should count this ahead of time and know what I've got, but he's out. That's 3 more loot cards. Oh, and that is the end of the loot deck.
Oh, so that's game over?
That is, those are those 3 cards we put in the bottom of the deck last time.
Yeah.
That is game over, yes. And so now what we're going to do is go through all of our cards, and we're going to count all of the treasure values on them, and then any negatives that we get from some of those nasty epic weapons that I just happened to get that one card from. We'll be right back. So And we're back. Okay, so we counted up all of the loot cards and values, and what did you end up with, Sean?
15.
15.
Because I had every component but one of the Ultimate Doom Saber.
Yeah.
And boy, what a crappy loot card to get stuck with. Because the blade's -4 and the other two parts were -2, so that took 8 points of my score off off the bat.
And it's a really good weapon if you got it all put together. And I was getting a bunch of loot cards towards the end, anyways. But this was the last piece that he needed for that. So it's unlikely that you're going to get all of them. You're usually going to be stuck with a couple. of them.
I was so close.
But you were very close.
They kept coming out and they kept coming out. And I thought I was going to get more.
Well, being that I got all of those pommels, I mean, I can't even like show all like. Well, I have a total of 7 pommels from this juggler's gloves, and I was just waiting for that to get broken and those all for my juggling act to fall down, but I guess I was able to keep them in the air. But that just kind of once you get set in a way where you can keep running that 3, then that kind of that's the end game. I mean, that's just like get beefed up enough and then just smash that deck. But so I ended up with 65. So that just kind of once you start ramping, then and this game needs something like that because it does run a bit long for the type of game that it is. I think,
for such a simple game, it does kind of go long.
Yeah.
Although it's got some kind of complicated interactions with these different tavern cards and stuff.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them are kind of situational, but if you catch just the right scenario, you can, and you're paying attention.
Yeah, and I kept getting the ones that were blocking anything from happening to me. But like once I got those juggler's gloves, I didn't get anything till Sean gave it to me after whatever that was that ended up causing you to give me cards to protect it. But I was just waiting for that thing to... Now, if we played the game incorrectly, which is possible with this greed charm, because it does kind of sound like it's a not nice, like something that's bad for you to have.
Yeah.
It's possible I was doing bunch of negative damage towards the end. But then there's not cards that break gear cards from you, and it's part of the assembly phase. So I'm assuming you would either just pick it up at that point, and if that had happened, I just picked it up and throw it away. Not sure how that rule works. Maybe you know. Maybe you can put it in the comments and let us know. But yeah, that's Fool's Blade. I like it. I like what it's doing. I'm not going to do a full review yet because I've literally only played this two times.
I'm really curious to see, like, with more people, how dynamic that is.
Yeah, and I don't think... I mean, it's probably going to... Maybe it's going to take longer. I don't know. But there's still the same number of loot cards, and you can actually play a short variant of this, too, where you make it faster, and maybe that would make more sense, too, when you're playing a two-player game, is because there's not as much... If you had a 4-player game, I think you'd have a lot more of a dynamic situation going on.
You just take out some of the loot cards and make it shorter?
I think so, yeah. It's something... I read through it once. I'm not going to be able to find it quick. But yeah, but it's fun. I enjoy the theme of what it's doing. And I'm looking forward to playing it with more people. So maybe I'll get back to you at some point and let you know how that goes. But anyways, that was the full playthrough of Fool's Blade. Finally got it out. So glad you guys got to come by and check it out. But if you enjoy this kind of content, a couple of those free little clicks on the screen really help support out channels like mine and like Sean's. So really, really appreciate it when you do. But as always, do what is right for you. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.